Well, we have been talking a lot about Cinco de Mayo, and there are some delicious ways to celebrate. Now, there is, it's often misunderstood what the Mexican holiday of Cinco de Mayo is. It actually recognizes the Mexican Army's 1862 victory over France. Did you know that?
Ach, the French.
It's actually not considered a Mexican federal holiday. It's also not their Independence Day, which a lot of people mistake it for. Their Independence Day is September 16th. But the good news is that a lot of Americans use it as an excuse to consume themselves full of Mexican food, drinks, and culture. We do have some deals to tell you about here in the area. So Applebee's, they're extending their $1 margarita special, also known as the Dollarita. They're going to do that through Saturday. Also, some different locations are going to be celebrating Margs de Mayo, having some margarita specials. House margaritas might be $3, $5 muchos margaritas, $2 Dos Equis. Chili's is also celebrating $5 draft beers. Presidente Margaritas and Tequila Trifecta Ritas are going to be happening on Saturday. So there's a lot of different ones. Chipotle also is doing some different delicious things. So we do have a whole list of them. I put it up not only on our website, but also on our Facebook page. So you can go to North Dakota Today's Facebook page and take a look around. And I didn't quite get to calling all the local restaurants because it was too early in the morning to call them. So I'm sure there's going to be some local restaurants too. These are a lot of the chain ones that are put it out there on the website.
It's going to be such a perfect day for it too tomorrow. I mean, with the margis and the salsa and the guac and the chips.
Tomorrow's going to be a perfect day to sit out on the patios of those different places. Today too.
Yes. Just,
delicious.
Play some good La Bamba music or, don't you just wish like you were in Cabo right now, just chilling on the beach?
Well, you're going to feel it this afternoon. Actually, when I get off of work at noon, hopefully.
You going to a beach or what?
No,
when do the pools open, by the way?
The pools don't open until
like June?
June, yeah. Because they have to wait for all the high schoolers to get out of, and college kids to get out of classes because a lot of them are the lifeguards that they hire, which is why they close earlier in August than what people hope for, because they all go back to school and start doing sports and things like that. Not only do we have free comic book day happening here in our area, but also, it is spring / I'm going to call today summer, when the Fargo Parks District is hosting their annual Go Fly a Kite Day. Well, it's Kite Day. It's actually going to be happening tomorrow at 12:30 until 3 at Lindenwood Park in South Fargo. You can bring off your kite, show off maybe some of your mad flying skills, and they are going to have a lot of fun out there too, including prizes, pop, hot dogs, that they're going to hand out during the event as well. So something different, fun to do. You could kind of go from one event to the other. You hit up the comic book store, go meet Joe, get his signature, maybe try to pry some Frozen comic information out of him. Then you could go to the park. Then you could go to lunch. Then you can watch the Derby. What time is the Derby?
And then go to the STEM event with Green.
Yeah, then go to the STEM event, and then
that's a full day.
You have a full day happening right here.
Final prep are underway at Churchill Downs for the big 144th, Kentucky Derby. 20 horses are set to race tomorrow. Justify is the favorite, followed by Mendelssohn, who could become the first European trained horse to win the Run for the Roses.
I think this is going to be really fun. I know a lot of people having different Derby parties. Jaren's parents are one of those people who are having a little get-together tomorrow. They're going to do some, since it's going to be nice out, some yard games. They're going to do some barbecuing outside, and then, of course, have the Derby on. Maybe maybe a few floppy hats here or there. You never know.
I'm just going to have horses at my house. That's our party.
Really?
Just free horse rides, yeah.
Chris Berg bringing in the big bucks over here. Would you like to ride my stallion?
Beer, obviously a big business in the U.S., but big question is, so what are the most popular beers that we drink? Believe it or not,
do you know what number one is?
Tops off at number 26. That is just sad.
So I wanted to count downwards so that we could build the tension up towards number one. So I didn't do every single number.
Number one. What? So you know number one already?
I know it because I wrote it in there.
I'm gonna say the number one beer consumed, or just the most popular.
Well, consumers' favorite beer in the U.S.
Moose Drool.
Ew, no, it's not Moose Drool. Moose Drool is like 167,000th place.
That is like in the top 3 for sure. If it's not, we need to mature people's palates.
Natural Light, Corona Extra, Miller Light, number 4, and then drum roll, number 1.
Bud
Light. Can you believe that? #1 beer, Bud Light. I was actually shocked.
Gosh.
Blue Moon was up #20. I couldn't even believe that because that's what like Lisa Bedeau and I order all the time.
Yeah?
Those are some of our favorites. Like we really like that orange wheat beer.
You know what else is really good when it gets hot is what's it called, Leinenkugel, or it's got the lemon kind of thing to it.
Leinenkugel?
Leinenkugel, yeah.
Leinenkugels?
I don't even know what it's called, but it tastes delicious.
Am I
It's
right?
got a little bit of
Because they
lemon
also had
to
the
it.
Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss, which tasted like they dropped some fruity lifesavers in there or something. But the Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy is the one that you're talking about.
Shandy,
there you go.
there you go.
We got it. If I get a second to think about it. Budweiser seems to trying to move their way up on the list. They're adding a new brew to their Reserve collection, and it's actually inspired by George Washington's handwritten recipe found in his personal military journal dating back to 1757. Wow. So the new beer is called Budweiser Freedom Reserve Red Lager, and it celebrates veterans and American history.
That is a great idea.
The limited edition beer is even brewed by some of the company's own veterans, which is so cool.
Yeah.
A portion of the proceeds benefit Folds of Honor, a nonprofit group that provides educational scholarships to military families. And I definitely think I would go and buy a case to support that, and then also try, because you always are wondering.
Did you see the picture there? You can tell that they stole the recipe from Moose Drool for that.
No, they didn't. It looks delicious, though. It kind of has that like amber look to it, but they did say it is a red lager, so.
I just like the way the bottles look. I just get those stacked
I liked
around.
the patriotic music in the background of it.
I think that happens when you drink it. It's just automatically goes. As soon as you like undo the cover, just.
It just sings to you, like one of those birthday cards that opens up and sings to you. The ones that are like,
It has different songs, like God Bless America.
Yeah, what cap does your song entail? We better go talk to the marketing team. Okay, you dial the number. We're going to be right back with Dr. Renee Renardi telling us what it takes to build our own village.